Hi, one and all. This is Theories. Today we're going to come a little bit off script. Usually, I take an approach where I look at an issue that bothers me and I go into it. Today, we're not going to do that. We're going into the manosphere and we're going to speak about Mrs. Jackson, Dania, the wife of Derrick Jackson. For those of you who do not know, around 2021, coming down to the end of 2021 and into 2022, there was a big uproar with Derrick Jackson and his wife. My YouTube idol, who I hope to be as big as one day, Tasha K. She knows she's good at what she does basically. She's my go-to in terms of what I'd like to be one day. She exposed Derek for what he truly is, which is a cheater and a liar and a fraud. In that, however, this lovely woman, Mrs. Jackson, was exposed to the YouTube and the social media public. And in being exposed, her name was dragged through the mud. And in trying to stand by her man, she was criticized. In trying to hold on to Jesus, she was called mad. And in giving poor names to her, she has not had the opportunity really in a sensible, logical, and calm manner to defend herself. The end of last year, 2022, Derek Jackson looked for a divorce. He applied for a divorce. She's not divorced from him as yet. He texted her while they were in the same house, which is just disrespectful, and told her he does not want to do this anymore. You can go to the Dear Future Wife channel to see the full range of what she has said. It was done in two parts. It was done very well. I don't want to do a long commentary on step by step on what she said. I just want to talk from the heart as to what I've seen in terms of what people are saying, what some channels have been saying as well, and as a person from Trinidad and Tobago, sometimes I wonder, and maybe I'm a feather baby. Somebody, Mike TV says that, we hold on to what America does and what America experiences. And in my channel, I've talked about a number of things relevant to my country. But we see what goes on in America, and as human beings living on the same planet, we have a say. And I wonder if there is a level of denial in the black population of America. So for example, the mayor outrightly said, look, Derek likes a certain type of skin tone. There is a preference for the woman that he has chosen, and my daughter has that type of skin tone, and because of that, I have had a hard time loving and appreciating my daughter. And it is amazing to me. I was listening to one podcast and they were like, that's so sick. She didn't get enough therapy. I am not saying that that is not sick. Of course, it's sick. What I am saying is, why is America, Black America, so afraid to see the demons that they have? This woman has looked at herself and said, I am mistreating this daughter and I know why. And now I'm going to do the work because she called her daughter lovely chocolate skinned. And now I'm going to do the work to love this daughter for who she is. I watch the news with America. Y'all are in denial for a lot of things. Just plain denial. because you all won't face the demons that you are as well, the demons that are in your life. So you go on a platform, you go on a channel, and you say, oh, she's sick. And then you in your own life, you don't talk to your sister, you don't talk to your brother, your children aren't doing well in school, you mistreat one child, and you don't know why. But because you managed to maintain the facade on the outside world that everything is okie dokie, you think that you don't have demons, right? This woman's story is about that, being a shell of yourself. And as a population, we all are. The whole world, as a matter of fact, is a shell of itself, refusing to see what is really going on, what they really are, making the changes based on what should be seen, and then moving on in life as in a better position, in a healed position. So that's one. Two, a lot of persons, and I mean, I admire some of the women in the manosphere, um and Crimson, she has said, she has brought up the question in her video on the Nia with respect to, is she are black women victims or volunteers? And I understand what she was trying to say. You can go and look for her video. But I would like to preface it, but put a different perspective to what Crimson was saying. We can be both. And I always go back to the real question, why are we both? You could be a volunteer, as Dania has said, she's a willing participant. But what programming do you have in yourself to be a willing participant? Because you're not just out here just doing stuff because you can. You are programmed to do that. And that is a small message that was not brought out clearly in her discussion, but it was mentioned once or twice. She did not deal with her childhood issues with her father. She did not deal with um her traumatic experience with another male in terms of the forced physical and intimacy at 18. She did not deal with these things, and so these things have shaded her viewpoint of life and her capacity to make good decisions. They have made her who she is. So yes, she's a willing participant, but she must also show grace to herself in that I'm a willing participant because I did not deal with these things. And so I consequently made more mistakes and added more trauma to myself, which even added more layers of red to my glasses where I could not see my way. Right? Three, she took responsibility. And I used to, before Tasha K came out with the Derrick JaXn drama, I used to listen to Derrick JaXn, and I was like, this man on cow dung, just literal in the field, nowhere close to society. Only birds will pick through it, cow dung. And it's interesting that he speaks to women of what they need to be, and he did not see what he had, right? And that is really sad in that he has created for him, not the rest of the world, for him and his followers, not for us who have open hearts and open minds, willing to learn and take the good that she's willing to give, because she does have a program to help heal women, and to listen to her message and understand where she comes from. I'm talking about for her people for his people in his platform, in that he has created a demon. Now, I am not a big Jesus follower. I'm not a big Jesus person. I believe in other things. But when you make someone who loves you your enemy, the testimony that they have will be like a whip on your back every time they open their mouth. And when they open their mouth, you lose power, and he's going to lose power because of what this woman, the healing this woman has done. And it also says she is proof and evidence that he is a hypocrite. That the man who says, I want XYZ, I like XYZ, this is what women should really be, does not choose that. She is what, whether or not you think that she is off her rocker, an example of work in progress of what the manosphere always say they want. They want a woman who is accountable. She takes full responsibility, even though I wouldn't do that or tell her to do that. Her life experience has created the color of the shades, but she still takes full responsibility for not seeking the help and not doing the right thing. She takes responsibility. Manosphere men want that. She isn't out here being naked. Manosphere men want that, right? She has chosen, even after all of this, to stay single. Manosphere men are always saying, if you got kids, stay by yourself. And she is choosing that and choosing to be that. And then, as well, she is seeking the help. Manosphere men keep telling us, go get the therapy. She has three therapists. I hope Derrick JaXn is paying for that, because therapists aren't cheap, right? Manosphere, so therapy, go get therapy. And as well, she lost the weight. She's not obese, right? So, and there are so many other things that Manosphere men say, and she is. She is. She's not going to be everything. Okay, she's a you think, I don't think that though. You may think she's a little bit off, but according to the host on their future wifey, she isn't. But she still goes and seeks help. She still goes, and for those Christian men, she is seeking God. So now that she is the testimony, what reason and what logic does Derrick JaXn have for his messaging, given what he chooses? And for the women that attack her continuously and say, well, she's a volunteer and she's this and she's that and she's this, or more inappropriately judging her outfit, why do you like lies? Why do you like lies? I mean, again, going back to denial. This man is out here lying to your face, choosing a certain type of woman, living a life that is not what he says he represents, and you are okay with it. Black America likes to be in denial, and this woman is choosing truth. It might not be the truth, but it is a truth, it is her truth, and she's being responsible in that. So, what can we say then about Mrs. JaXn? There's nothing that Mrs. JaXn needs to be sorry for in my book. Atonement is something, and for those of you who follow the Bible, forgiveness is something that is in the Bible. It's in the Bible. She is in the process of forgiving herself. She is in the process of forgiving him. We can only look from the outside and learn the lessons and realize that she's only 33 years old. What about those who are in their 40s doing the same nonsense for the past 20 something years? She's only 33 years old. This experience started when she was 19. So, for many persons who have said, well, she should not have done this, she should not have done that, she should not have done this. What were you doing when you were 21, 22, 23, 24, 25? You weren't smart. You weren't on your game. She made a particular mistake, and it was applicable, in my view, to her age and her maturity. And now she's 33. God has set her free because it's Derrick who wanted the divorce, and she's using it as an opportunity to be free, as an opportunity to heal. How many of us, the men, have let us go, and instead of healing, we just stay in that space? So let us not judge Mrs. JaXn. As a matter of fact, she's going to be rich just now because she's so much more interesting than Derrick. This woman is going to be a star. This is The Theorist.